The objective of Alphalock is to solve a 4- or 5-letter word puzzle. The Alphalock game is a 10-row grid of letters where you can guess the 4- or 5-letter word. At the end of each row there is a mini-grid of blocks. The color of the blocks in the mini-grid tells you how close your guess is to solving the puzzle. Once you start, you have 10 chances to solve the puzzle. The blocks in the mini-grid will change color after you enter each guess. However, the blocks do not tell you which letter in the word they are referring to. You have to work this out by using logic and word knowledge. If a block in the mini-grid turns yellow, it means that a letter is present in the word but in the wrong location. If a block in the mini-grid turns green, it means that a letter is present in the word in the correct location. Gray blocks in the mini-grid show letters that are not present in the word. Let's solve our first Alphalock puzzle. We type the word list, L-I-S-T, and then press enter. The mini-grid blocks have changed color. One of them is now yellow. This means that one of the letters in the word, list, is in the solution to the puzzle. Let's use logic to work out which letter is in the puzzle. Let's see if the letter L is in the solution. To do this, I'm going to enter in a word that has all the same letters as the word, list, except the letter L. So let's type the word mist, M-I-S-T, and then press enter. We now have 4 gray squares. This means none of the letters in the word mist are in the solution. Because the letter L has been removed and because we have gone from 1 yellow square in the previous row to all gray squares, we now know for sure that the letter L is in the solution, but that it is not the first letter of the solution. If it was the first letter in the solution, the mini-block in the first row would be green rather than yellow. Now let's try another guess. We will use the letter L in it to try and find out where in the solution it is. Let's type the word whole, H-O-L-E, and press enter. We can see here that the mini-grid has 2 green blocks and no yellow blocks. As we know there is a letter L in the puzzle, the green block tells us that the letter L must be the 3rd letter in the solution. One other letter, H, O, or E, is also in the solution in the correct place, but we do not know which letter, so let's try and find out which it is. Let's type the word hold, H-O-L-D, and press enter. Now we see that the mini-grid has 3 green blocks and no yellow blocks. This means that 3 of the letters in the word hold are in the correct place. If we compare the previous guess in row 3 to the guess in row 4, we can see that changing the letter E to the letter D added 1 green block, so the letter D is in the solution and in the correct place. So now we know that the solution ends in the letters L and D and has either an H or an O in it. Let's try and figure out which it is. Let's change the letter H and see what happens. Let's type the word sold, S-O-L-D, and hit enter. This is exactly the same result we had for the previous row. This tells us that changing the H to the S had no effect on our result. So there is no S or H in the solution, and the last 3 letters are O, L and D. Let's try another guess that ends in the letters O, L, D. Let's type the word cold, C-O-L-D, and press enter. All 4 blocks in the mini-grid have turned green, showing you have successfully solved this puzzle. The correct answer is cold, C-O-L-D. Once you have finished playing, you can hit the share button to share your results with your friends. And you can play the 5-letter version of the game if you hit the 5-letter button. There are new 4- and 5-letter Alphalock games daily. We hope you enjoy playing Alphalock.